checkers and pleasers alike. Welcome to our show, Checkpoint, the show where we discuss and discern the current events of our most recent episode of Check Please. And today we are discussing Check Please episode 63. I would love to welcome our members today. I'm Keni, your fortunate host. Foaly is my co-host, hungry for fleshed out answers.
Hello.
Xeno, our Swamp Witch Swarmonger.
Hit me.
Beardy, our DM daddy.
What's up?
And Skrewy, our rock hard holy man.
I'm a very cute moose. My body must go. Wah.
I don't understand why that came up, but all right.
That went completely over my head as well.
Oh, it's from Princess Diaries too. I just don't know why he's doing it.
It just popped into my
okay.
head with the whole head turning into elk.
You're spoiling stuff for our audience already, you know.
I know.
Okay. So, starting it off, episode 63 is what we are discussing today. And we are starting off with the party, of course, which started out, I believe, with drinking and the strength contest that Petravian and Archie went into. Do you want to discuss that at all, Skrewy?
I have opinions, and this is the perfect venue to vent them. I'm not gonna call bullshit, but God, you know, what is it? A copper god walks in and just says, yeah. Now, mind you,
I thought he was
I did
made out of
not throw-
brass.
I thought it was copper.
Well, he's gold colored, so copper is
Okay.
like an orangish color. So I assumed
Okay.
brass for Archie.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, that makes sense. Yeah, brass makes more sense.
Metal.
Brass is a little harder than copper. In any
Brass
case,
is very much so harder than copper. Copper is actually a very soft metal. Very easy to cut into and dent and everything.
Yep. That's why people don't really make weapons out of copper.
Mm.
But they did make it out of bronze.
The
Which is
bronze.
Why you have
alloy
to
of
alloy
copper.
it. Yeah.
But I mean, that's not to say that I threw very well, either. It's just I felt bad for all the other halflings and the
sure.
halflings that
That's who you
that
felt
got
bad for.
crushed.
Yeah.
I think they all saw the robot and were like, well, this doesn't really count.
So
They drove the stake.
So no, next year it's not going to be there.
Yeah, they're
Beardy.
just like, oh, we have guests. We should be nice.
question for you, Beardy, just as
What's
a sort
up?
of canonical thing. The record that had been set
Mhm.
had been set by a halfling.
Yes.
So Skrewy, or rather Petravian, only made it halfway to the halfling record.
Yes.
Yes.
Am I rubbing salt on the wound yet?
Oh no! I
mean,
fully. That's okay.
I don't think that halflings are, particularly unfit for tossing stones. Like, let me see if I can get the name of the dude here. I had it written down.
But like, yeah, they're compact, they're muscular, they have that freakishly strong, but like they look really tiny kind of deal.
It's
so,
like Skrewy's favorite race, I'm pretty sure. So I don't
Yeah,
think you're
it
really
was-
insulting him.
It was set by Tarek T-Beam. Like
T-beam.
I wrote down so many names for this stuff, and no one asked names for anything.
That's
'cause, like,
because
at this point,
we got bullied into being Detlef bullied us out of asking for names for NPCs. I'm gonna be honest.
So like now I have NPC names basically for everybody, and they rarely get asked. So Tarek T-Beam.
Don't
May I-
worry.
may I
next
have that?
next season,
Yeah.
all the names.
All the
Look,
names.
everyone-
Always. Every time.
What was that name again?
May I have the NPC list name for the wiki? Shameless plug for the wiki, please.
Of course.
Yay!
I'd say that probably doesn't need an NPC page for each character,
No.
though. Probably.
Certainly not.
Yeah.
I keep meaning to flesh out the NPC pages, and I keep hoping that they will be fleshed out alternatively by our benevolent god.
But
Nah,
I
know,
feel like
I'm
at some
slow and
point
bad
it
at
might
this.
just be overdoing it if they didn't even have a speaking role, though.
No, right. It's like, who gives a shit who the old record holder was? Like, that does not matter.
I mean, I can put it in the trivia for the episode without actually giving them
Yeah,
the NPC
I'd say that's
page.
fine, but I don't think
Hmm.
unspoken to NPCs necessarily even need a page.
Agree.
Let's think of it this way, because
Now you tell me.
in 10 years' time, in 10 years' time, when we're ultra famous, and you got that one person who comes up and asks us for the. So, what was the name of the person who had?
Why would
who
they
won?
ask that?
Yeah, they know. Everyone knows.
Because people are as obsessively detail-oriented as I am about these things.
And I'd be like,
they're weirdos.
Don't know, don't care. Go look it up on the wiki.
It's what
The
the
answer
wiki
to that-
is for.
Go
Is
look
and
on-
always should be. Get a life.
Never say
No,
that to our fans.
We need to be nice to our fans. I do want to say that I
What's
love
that? You're
that
turning into an elk. Holy shit.
It's happening.
It's happening.
I do appreciate that it became the best tossing contest, not the best throwing contest. Thank you for that, Beardy. I do
Oh, it was always
appreciate that.
stone tossing from the beginning.
Was it? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Best tosser. And
Yeah.
You truly are the best tosser.
I died.
On record.
Good job.
Oh,
It could
that
have
was
been worse for
beautiful.
Petravian, because I honestly thought it was going to go the direction of Archie picking up a rock and throwing it, not quite realizing that the rock was Petravian. I thought it was going to become a Petravian tossing contest.
Oh, he's not that bad.
That's a Hummel's job. No.
Oh dear God.
Elk God. Anyway,
Anywho,
from the hijinks
yeah.
with the throwing, anything more to say on that, Skrewy? Or
asterisks. Asterisks next to that record. He's a bronze god.
I mean, would they have given a ribbon to just a catapult or a trebuchet?
Oh.
Is
I
that
say
where
that-
Archie is now?
I say that with such love for Archie and such hope that he does get back to at least the potential for going back to where he was. Like either immediately or sort of growing again through time.
Mm-hmm.
Because I love Archie. Who doesn't love Archie? He is the goodest boy. It says so on the wiki.
Mm-hmm.
I love
Um,
old Archie.
Yes. I miss him.
Poor boy.
Pouring out
I'm-
for old Archie.
I miss him.
Just onto my computer.
But from there,
Aurora, no.
from the stones, we go over to Vera, who is having a bad time of things, drowning her sorrows.
That's true. Just trying to get drunk. And we had what was not working. We had 3 ales at first, but Fortitude's too good.
Yeah, I love that
Yeah.
it was a nat 1 on your fort roll, and yet it's still you still weren't getting even the slightest buzz.
Yeah.
That actually wasn't intentional. That pun. Sorry.
I
I promise it wasn't. So the initial ale didn't get the job done, but then you went for some higher shelf stuff, or perhaps some lower shelf hidden away. My God, no one should drink this stuff.
And Xeno asked a question last night that I don't think was answered, or at least I didn't hear the answer.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm sorry. What was the question?
Is this Corona's Goodberry wine?
It is. Yes.
Yeah!
Oh
That was
shit.
that was the references. That was an old bottle of Corona's Goodberry wine.
Because I remember
Which-
that came up at one point during one of the specials
Yep.
when we were in the forest.
Yep.
With Corona and
Oh shit.
Yeah, he
Solaria?
mentioned that he used
Fucking
to do
good
brewing.
memory.
Yep, he mentioned he used to do brewing, and that is in fact a bottle of his old brew.
in fact, 'cause, yeah, he took one of those out, and then I think he even asked if we were if it was a hit or not. And
Yeah,
we're-
he's like, oh yeah, you guys probably seen this. Like, you're from the future. Oh, you've probably seen this everywhere. Like,
Which is super
Aw.
cute because I think, based on what me and Beardy have talked about, I think Solaria and Corona like initially bonded over like the desire to make wine together, because that's actually why there's so many wine bottles. There were at the estate, was because
Until-
Solaria.
until Karis got a hold
Yeah,
of him.
pretty much. But Solaria like wanted to become like a vineyard owner originally before like the whole protectorship thing happened. She wanted to make a vineyard. Shit changes.
Yeah. She wanted
So
to be
you
a
mentioned
venture.
last. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, nothing. You go
I
ahead.
was just going to ask Kenny. You mentioned last time that at this point you have the entire manor at Praesidium mapped out in your head.
Yeah.
Does that include then the copious wine cellar?
Yes.
Nice. How big is it, like in comparison to the rest of the manor? Does it take up the entirety
Enough
of
to where
the
there's
footprint
like secret rooms down there.
for the really good stuff?
Where do you think the kids found the orb?
Fair point.
It
I
is
was
the-
like imagining this like dusty old like attic type thing, but
No,
found it in the-
basement.
It is
Okay.
the size of 70 studio apartments. You would never be able to afford it in your life.
I'd say the backyard of the estate probably used to be a vineyard, but slowly it changed over time based on whose hands were in charge.
See,
Where
this is
now
the
it's just
trivia that people
nice.
like.
It's just nice. It's not a vineyard. It's definitely no dead bodies back there.
Got a lovely hedge
Definitely.
maze.
Yeah, but eventually Vera did. Oh, also, I am being picked up by your mic. Oh, I don't know if you can turn it down a little bit, but I think it's. Oh, is it not? Okay. I can see your thing lighting up.
Yours does too. It's okay.
No, you're good. I don't hear it.
All right,
Well-
but no, so Vera did eventually get drunk from that, and eventually actually downed the entire drink.
Mhm.
But so that made it easy, and then I think we ended there, and then are we going to be talking about? Yeah, we're going to be talking about the Riz chat later.
I just want you to know that finishing an entire bottle of that by yourself puts you in a very, very small group of people in the setting that have ever been able to pull that off. So,
Wait, but
well
also
done.
places me in a very bigger group called alcoholics.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
Yeah.
mm, mm.
Yeah.
One of us.
Yeah. So then I think we moved on to Kurla.
Yes. I wanted to go and meet Mrs. Wimblepot. I was very curious to know what she would be like and how Beardy would be playing her, which I think it was just pitch perfect. It was just adorable. This mumbling, like little stooped over 140-year-old. Ah, glorious.
Yeah, just a very, very old halfling doing old halfling things.
But it felt like the kind of thing Kurla would do, just like ingrained in this kind of village atmosphere, respect for the elders.
Mm-hmm.
Before you grab the food and drink, which was also delicious and delightful. So, yeah, not much to be said there, really. Just a nice moment with Wimblepot. I'm glad that we got to see her, because I don't think we got
This
to
bitch
hear or
gonna
see
die
much.
in like 3 days. She's gonna die like so soon.
She's very, very old.
I mean, she's gonna find out that Zell's dead, and then
Die of a broken heart?
yeah,
That's tragic.
yeah. She ancient, she old.
I think she's just gonna die of old age. I'm gonna be honest.
I like that she got some screen time. That's kind of what I was aiming for there. I think she deserved it. So, moving from there, Riz catches sight of Vera having a little bit of a moment
I
with
wasn't
their
gonna
bottle.
do it unless the dice said I was gonna do it. Pretty much, I was like, I
And the
know
dice
Xeno's all in for this like event happening, but do I meddle? Do I not meddle? And it's so hard not meddling when it's my favorite fucking character of the show. Like so bad, because I'm just like, Vera's my favorite. I don't want bad things to happen to my favorite character. Why would I want bad things to happen to my favorite character? She's so funny. I don't want that. So, it was I let the dice decide if I was going to be meddlesome or not.
Meddling kid.
Kid, they're timeless, bitch.
Yeah.
They
Effectively,
are
or
timeless.
We just updated Riz's age.
Is it
on,
the infinity symbol?
No, it's just the word timeless.
Nice.
Well,
Love it.
from that chat, we got some lovely interplay between the two of them, and Vera asking Riz to tell Petravian that they are really, really sorry, which was just fascinating to hear from Vera.
Yeah,
Obviously-
such an odd thing. Sorry.
I mean, completely in character in that moment, and given the dynamics between the two characters. So not out of left field at all. Just not something that folks are familiar with hearing from Vera, and just fascinating development for them. Thoughts on that?
Undeserved. Fucking undeserved.
Well, I don't necessarily disagree, and clearly Riz certainly didn't think it was deserved.
No, because, like, there's a lot about Riz having to deal with, like, understanding that it's still Vera's body, and from their point of view, they never really understood why Petravian joined the Hive other than for selfish reasons.
And
Which-
yeah,
I think Ajay. Well, I guess we can talk about that during the conversation between Petravian and.
I mean,
Riz.
it's right now pretty much. Like, it happens
Yeah,
right after, so it's fine.
yeah, pretty much.
Because Petravian did say that the reason why he joined was to be closer to Vera and Hummel.
Yeah, it was
So-
selfish. He didn't want to basically die alone.
I
That-
feel like there are so many easier options to not die alone than the one you took.
Yeah, I don't want to.
Probably.
It's like you're already a member of the Church of Eden, so it's like you have plenty of companions and compatriots in that organization as well. I would assume. This is interesting to me. That's all.
Nah, I want to go for the cult.
Yeah, right.
To be fair, that was part of my 2 objectives. Was to get Hummel and Petravian hitched, and through that to get Petravian to join the Hive.
Well, it worked wonderfully.
Here we
Well,
are.
it worked. Congratulations. You won.
I won D&D, everybody.
You won
You
D&D.
did it. Congratulations.
Well, Riz assures Vera that they will be having a conversation with Petravian, and they head over and let Petravian know that they want a word.
Yeah, Riz said, I'll
Dun, dun,
totally do
dun.
that as they were shaking their head no.
A few words to
Yeah, just a
Petravian,
couple. I will disintegrate your balls.
bastard.
After
you
once
bastard.
again kind of upstaging Petravian, after having been upstaged by Archie, you then get upstaged in the memory contest because of that,
Well,
that
Petravian
huge
doesn't fi-
wisdom.
He doesn't
Was
look
it-
view as upstaging because he already views them as damn near next to what would it be, demigod kind of thing. They're just that impressive to Petravian.
It was sweet that you were cheering them on, and especially with that wonderful threat that came next.
Petravian
Also-
is God.
Oh no, I wanted to add because we were doing the rock toss before, and I forgot to mention something, which was I didn't know if Vera was going to go around at all. I didn't know where the drunkenness was going to progress to. But if Vera did go over to the rock toss, she would have drunkenly used rock shape to make it into a spear and thrown it.
You brilliant bastard! I love you.
It's like, oh, this is a rock toss, not a rock throw. Disqualified.
No,
It
it's.
goes from discus to javelin
yeah.
throwing.
I don't know. I guess
Well,
it has to be underhand to be tossed and overhand to be thrown. I don't
Well,
know.
no, they everybody was using different methods. So people were spinning, people were heaving it, and people were basically shock putting it. So as Beardy said, so I mean, I think it would technically still be with it. I mean, you had Archie that walked up and he heaved it down the way.
I feel like the halflings don't necessarily stand on the letter of the rule so much
No.
as they seem pretty chill about the whole thing.
Yeah.
I mean, is that
Yeah.
accurate, Beardy? Or
Oh yeah, they're very chill about that crap. It's just putting the rock down the field using physical means. That's all. The only thing that would have been disqualified was the obvious use of magic to do so.
Discrimination.
no mage hand?
Do you mean I could have hit it with my hammer? Like a baseball bat?
It would have just broken the rock.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's true. Shit.
Womp womp.
What if I did it real sneaky like? I was like, don't look at me! Then I use it. But I don't know how it got this way. It's always been a javelin shape.
It was always been like this.
Well, meanwhile, Vera has succeeded in getting not just drunk, but really, fucking world-spinning levels of drunk, having finished the bottle of that very good, well-aged wine.
That's true, and basically being inebriated to the point of non-functionality. So,
Never a
It's a
fun point.
and also not being able to throw up, like at
Yeah.
all. I was just rolling too. Okay, because once again, I don't roll low. I roll
The
poorly
opposite.
for what I want to occur.
Yep.
And that is a good distinction to make.
Yes, 'Cause I'll get a 20 if I don't want it to happen.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I have written down on the notes, I am a stupid asshole, but I can't remember who actually spoke that line within the episode. Was that Petravian or was that... Okay, that was Petravian in there.
Assume that's me.
I believe Petravian said that to Riz. I
Because
think.
the conversation and the world spinning were kind of going on simultaneously, although they obviously didn't take place simultaneously in the episode itself, but they were happening around the same time.
Also, I enjoyed that Riz left Jiro near Vero, who could not
Yes.
understand.
Completely
Poor
unable to
Jiro.
communicate.
Well, I mean, Jiro was the one that volunteered.
Oh no, I
Yeah.
didn't think it was funny. That's all.
Oh, that reminds me. I have to ask at the end, the last checkpoint, what Jiro said to Petravian that one time, and he didn't had any idea what he was talking about.
The super intrinsic, super meaningful speech that he gave you.
Mm-hmm.
About love and dedicate. I don't even know. I don't even remember what it was. So it could have been anything at this point.
Ah, gotcha. Okay, never mind.
Jiro is a good egg. Very, very centered and he puts up with a lot.
Mhm.
And he does it with a lot of grace and poise and just zen.
If you traveled with the lightning blades for as long as he did, you would too.
Fair point. He's, yeah.
Those are weird people. Murder hobos is what I would consider them.
Oh shit! Really?
A little bit, yeah. Certain ones at
Oh
least.
no!
Dunkelmere and Timmet are definitely murder hobos.
Wait a minute. So, is Fortune's Favor a better team technically?
I mean, I don't know who. Like, you're the one saving the world, so yeah, I'm gonna say yeah, you're the better team.
That's upsetting.
Yeah, I'll take it. I'll fucking take it.
But no, I remember was it Petravian bridal style carried Vera to the Vardo.
Mhm.
Also put her on his shoulder, which almost got me to throw up.
Yep.
And one of my favorite parts was making everybody grossed out by talking about Vera doing and talking about Vera things,
Mm-hmm.
which was
Like
the ants.
having Vera's
sorry, but
pores
ants-
open up.
that.
I've talked about that one many times.
Oh yeah, it's horrible.
And
It
it's
never
still
fails
horrible
to,
every
to
single
horrify.
fucking time.
Yeah. It squeaks us out every time we hear it.
Yeah.
God, I love Vera.
Jesus. Ugh. I'm all itchy.
Well, Riz does the old rope trick to open up the Vardo to let Vera get some rest. And Petravian, yes, has to bridal style and then fireman carry Vera to get them into the Vardo, up the rope, and into bed. And they have a little bit of a heart-to-heart.
At that point,
We had another one. I think we had another one, and then I was talking, and then you were asleep.
Oh, that's right. Yes. As soon as basically Petravian was about to apologize, I believe I had said Vera was falling asleep, and then I forget what you said. It was like one of the more important things of the conversation.
Completely missed it.
But to be fair, Vera probably doesn't even remember half of anything from
Oh yeah, probably an etch a
that
sketch.
day. You know,
But that
what
was that
what
was
talked about in that one? I
yeah
feel like
the
it was just going back and forth and saying, "No, it's my fault. No, it's my fault."
very cyclical. Okay, the problem is Vera can't accept that someone else is at fault, even though it was their fault.
Oh,
Petravian knows it's his fault. He's trying to no, god damn it, it's my fault. No, it's my fault. No, it's my fault. No, it's my and it's like, god damn it.
Oh, no. Vera is very capable of having someone be at fault that's not her, as long as
When
that
sober.
person is not in the hive.
Aha.
It's a very
But once again, Vera has this kind of broken mentality that it's this perfect family that she never had. So this is the thing that is always going to be true.
I think they call that like a blind spot.
I think they call that trauma.
Oh yeah.
Talking about the lightning blades versus Fortune's favor, which party is more mentally healthy and has less trauma in their background, I wonder.
I don't know. It's a toss up. I think that one thing, sort of a truism in the world, is that like people who are happy and well adjusted don't become adventurers. Like that's just not a thing that typically happens in the world because those kinds of people have too much to lose, or they're too stable or happy where they are in the world. So the people that are drawn to that lifestyle are usually pretty out there to begin with.
Like maybe some bards? I'm trying to think what characters would be like absolutely happy and still go adventuring. Maybe a bard or a cleric?
Yeah. I mean, it happens from time to time, sure, but it's definitely not the norm.
If they start off happy, they won't really stay that way for long.
No, not when you're adventuring.
Because you see some pretty serious shit out there and changes you.
But Marcus, I thought, started out happy, but then again, he didn't know what he was.
True.
So that's a perfect example there of what you're talking about. Yeah, he found shit about himself and then realized, oh, well, yes, then I do have trauma.
Well, here's the question: is was the part of what is it? The part of Marcus that was like fully like content and happy. Wasn't that only potentially one or a few of the souls in your body, and then there's probably other parts of your buildup that were not as well.
Mm-hmm. And that's a question I would another question for is how many souls roughly did my Marcus potentially have consumed by the time he had gotten to Edge?
Maybe only one actually. I think he only had Garben time.
Oh, okay.
Because he woke up in the Deadlands, technically, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. Correct.
Okay. Interesting. So all of Garben's, but Garben was happy, and then what? What got Garben to go out adventuring? What got him to leave home?
I don't know. That was like 400 years ago, apparently.
I know.
Yeah, it's a while ago.
He was
Oh,
looking
It's been
for
a
some
hot minute.
He's looking for some tasty halfling snacks, but then he became a tasty halfling snack.
Ooh, spicy.
It's true.
Well
Well put.
Well, meanwhile, anything more to say on the chatting between Vera and Petravian?
We'll come back around to the final chat.
Oh, sure thing. Back outside, Curler is propping up the drink stand, socializing and enjoying food and drink for the first time in a party environment as distinct from a festival environment. But that was nice. It was fun to just get to interact a little bit with the barkeep.
Mm-hmm.
Try out the wonderful drinks. Now, were they based on anything that you've mixed up in the past, Beardy,
Oh,
or
no,
anything
nothing of the
you've
sort.
had in person?
Not that I can think of specifically. No,
Fair enough.
just that
Fantasy
I've
drinks.
I've been to a lot of places with a lot of interesting drinks, and I've seen people been able to make things whatever color and consistency they felt like based on what they used to make it. So I just figured, yeah, there's probably similar things in the world that can be done in the same way.
Well,
That's
from
all.
there, Moira and Levette are having a conversation, which I guess we can speak to a little bit, but only from one side, because of course Grem is not here. But shout out to Grem, our wonderful clockwork summoner. Beardy, do you want to talk a little bit about? Beg your pardon, Xeno?
Yes, Grem is our clockwork, and Levette is the one.
Yep.
Who's on the side?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Beardy, do you want to speak to Moira Mark II, or Moira 2, or whatever we want to call? Do we speak to Moira's side of things?
Sure. So, Moira was enjoying the party for sure. I mean, especially after the two of them decided to raid Levette's drug stash. So, you take a couple of mews and it makes everything, shiny and happy.
The return of the getting crossfaded with your creepy sex doll.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
If we're going to
As
reprise the
it does.
theme, that's going to be it,
I thought the running theme of the season was gods and relationships with them, but no, it's crossfading with Muse.
I think the themes can be different for each character.
Well, there was a lovely moment with Moira saying to Levette, "I'll never leave you," but at the same time, I was thinking to myself when I heard that, well, yeah, she doesn't have a choice in the matter.
I mean, it's literally why she was made.
Yeah.
She has to stay with him, or sorry, stay with Levette. Sorry. Yeah. So that's kind of where that is coming from.
What's up?
Nothing. I don't really have an opinion on the situation just because of what happens later, I guess. But we'll get to it. So I'm just waiting.
Okay.
Interesting. Well, at that point, they finish their conversation and finish their dropping acid, and
Muse is not acid!
you take. I realize it has more of the weed effect, but you take it in the way that one would usually drop acid. Not that I would actually know, but I've seen Baz Luhrmann's Romeo and Juliet, so that's where I know that knowledge from.
I think it's more like ecstasy than anything else.
Yes.
Yes, beg pardon. What did I say? Weed? No, ecstasy.
Yeah,
Acid,
it's not
sorry.
weed.
It's
Weed
just
would make
supposed
you
to
like.
make you happy.
Yeah, it just makes you happy, magically.
Yeah, that's ecstasy.
It also has like similar effects to like reducing anxiety, which is why Soul is taking it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It
It's
was
just
prescription.
also horribly addictive and dangerous and all that.
But it's fine.
Yes.
Marcus was saving me from the overwhelming anxiety. It's fine.
I'm gonna help you.
I'm gonna help you by
Oh,
torturing
could you?
While you're tied up in the bed, and I'm gonna steal half of this and then
I'm gonna-
burn the rest in front of
Yeah.
you while you're tied
Yeah.
up and unable to do anything.
You know that thing that's the only cure for your horrible anxiety? I'm just gonna burn it, and then pretend that I'm the one that's actually helping you.
And then get really mad when I call you a slut and you're acting angry against me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Good old Marcus. Everybody loves Marcus.
I love Marcus. I miss Marcus.
I'm afraid I kind of hated Marcus at the beginning for that exact reason. That scene made me hate Marcus, and it took me a long time to warm up to Marcus after that. Sorry,
I
Skrewy.
recognize that I'm a horrible person at the beginning, a horrible, self-righteous asshole at the beginning of each of my characters.
Vera's been perfect all the way through.
Farron's been
No.
a perfect spud the entire game.
I
I've
just
been
think
right
she's
all
funny.
along.
She's not right. She's just funny. She don't need to be right when she's funny.
Exactly.
Oh, there's something so wrong with that one, but at least they make me laugh. But then you guys got approached by a half-elf of golden hair, and I have to ask you guys, how quickly did you catch on? Because I knew it the minute I heard golden hair. I was like, I know who this is.
I didn't. It went completely over my head, I'm afraid.
I actually just knew right away because it wasn't a halfling. So I was like, this is definitely another dragon.
Yeah. What about you, Skrewy?
Oh yeah, no, it was immediate. Like the whole gold motif.
Yeah.
Because I mean, first off, outsider. I mean, the Zell takes a shape of. I feel like each dragon takes the shape of the people that they love the most, or that they like the most.
They think it is aesthetically pleasing the most.
At that moment, yeah.
I have a question about that. Does Mala turn into a half-elf because, like, in a way to rebel against her father? Is that it?
That is exactly, yes. Great guess. You are spot on completely.
Really?
It is purely to spite her father, yes.
So why half-elf,
Classic teenager.
Because half-elves are... They're not... There is no place for half-elves. Like, there is no country of half-elves. They are not a people with their own culture and their own nationality and their own world. They are by nature outcasts. Like, they don't quite fit in anywhere.
We have a place where they fit in.
So the idea is you take the form of a half-elf if you're a dragon as a way to show that you don't feel like you fit in anywhere. That's why.
Gotcha. Okay.
So much
I just I'm like.
So thank you for getting that, Xeno. I appreciate that.
Got it.
My mind in that moment went to, what is this other non-halfling doing here? Oh shit, do we have a gate crashing situation who somehow got past Zell's defenses and so forth? Because I just didn't catch the golden hair bit. So I was very glad to be proven wrong in that moment. I loved Levette offering her drugs when she was kind of already pissed off with us for disturbing her father.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh,
she didn't
honey.
like us.
That dragon's gonna be so mad at us at the end of tomorrow.
Yeah.
Fuck, we got a dragon that's gonna be like, where the fuck are they? And we're like, all right, let's scatter to the winds. Bye, everyone.
Yep. We'll spend the rest of our lives running from the dragons.
This is not saying that I would, but we're all level 20. Could we theoretically take a young gold dragon?
Absolutely.
Or level 20.
You're level 20. Yeah, no, you can take
a
on
lot of things in the ass.
If you guys fought Zell, like all of you versus Zell, you could probably take Zell pretty easy. Like, yeah.
Shit.
Okay.
Action economy is a thing, guys.
Yeah, as long as we're in a group, we're fine.
Like, the group of you together are incredibly, like, you're level 20 characters. I don't know what else to say. Like, you're the end-all, be-all of power in the world.
Very
Don't let that get to your head.
Nope.
That's true.
I'm very conscious of I could die yeah.
Sure,
I've died
but
enough.
you could also get resurrected incredibly easily too.
If there's still somebody left, but that means there has to be somebody left.
Yeah, I mean, if you
And
all
a piece of
die,
me left.
yeah, if you guys get stack wiped or TPK'd, then it's gonna be a problem. But the chances of that happening are incredibly slim.
Yeah, just remember, you're level 20. You might survive one volley of attacks from Jiro.
It's true. You might. Jiro's a real wild son of a bitch. Sorry, guys. And the thing is, I didn't even go out of my way to make him crazy overpowered. That's just kind of how ninjas get a Dint game.
Are ninjas outlawed?
No.
All right.
They might be.
They might be.
No one's ever asked to play one, so
True.
Whatever.
I'm going to be playing a monk eventually, so I'm excited for that.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Monks are fun combat-wise.
What season is that going to be?
It's Snake Eyes Season 2.
That doesn't count.
Yes, it does. No, I have to get through every single class and every single race before I do anything else
All right.
again.
I feel like if ninjas aren't, even if ninjas aren't officially nixed, I feel like Jiro would be a very hard act to follow. So, but then Kenny's just expressed the desire to play every particular class. So,
It'll get there. There
I'm
will be an
very
octopus
excited.
witch one day.
I'm so excited for that character.
You're
Octopus
doing basically
witch.
an Ursula.
No.
No,
They have a
Aw.
catfish as their familiar.
Nice. You're catfishing.
No, because it's a witch. Because they'd have a cat, but like instead it's a catfish.
I got it.
There you go. There you
I
go.
got it.
No, Skrewy didn't.
I didn't catch
took
it.
him a minute.
Yay! I like that. Not just one catfish, like 20 catfish.
Nope, just one.
Just the one?
That's how a familiar works.
Yeah, but you have one familiar, but you can't just stop at one cat.
I mean, when you're traveling, it's kind of hard to have like a lot of pets, I feel like. Or at
It-
least it's a bad idea.
Screwy,
Tell
how
it
many
to
cats do
Vera.
you have?
I am only a... Okay. I
You
have
can't
one
just
cat
stop at
and
one cat.
Yeah,
I'm
you just-
working
Yeah, you
on
just
that.
said.
I'm working on
Screw
that.
you just said so.
Yeah, I know, and I'm working on that. I've only ever had one cat in the past since being with Jess, and past since 2004. Yeah, 2004 since we've been together. So this is our first cat. I want more cats.
That's because you're a dog personality.
Okay,
No, no,
see the thing
my
with
theory is people with dog personalities want to own cats, and people with cat personalities want to own dogs.
okay.
Just
So,
as a way
like,
to balance themselves out.
Exactly. Like, I'm an asshole, so I'm a cat personality, so therefore I enjoy dogs more. And Skrewy, you are a golden retriever at heart, so cats work well with you.
Yes.
Prove me wrong. So far, my theory hasn't been too bad. And then there's like the whole allergy thing that kind of comes into place, which is a little more complicated. But like, if you didn't have allergies and purely just like based on personality,
Just based on chaotic energy.
yeah, pretty much.
If I had, if Jess wasn't, I mean, she's apparent to this particular cat, she has no allergies. So I don't know if it's the breed or she's gotten, she's like no longer allergic to cats because she's been away from them for so long. So the allergy is not there. I'm planning on testing that at some point, getting another cat and be like, hey, put your face in this one. Okay.
I was gonna say, are you planning on like stuffing a pillow with cat dander? And I'm planning on
Yeah.
testing that by.
Well, that's how we tested with this cat. That was that was like one of the final
Well,
tests.
I'm
She
glad
took
your
the cat
wife
and just
is
went.
still alive.
Yeah.
She
I had to
said,
go to an ER for that once.
Oh God.
Oh,
yeah.
She
She said that was one of her last tests. Like she just put the face, and nothing happened. So
Okay, so it was her decision. It wasn't like you grabbing
yeah.
and being like,
no,
Good.
God, that's
good to know.
You heard it here.
Okay, I
folks.
may be a bit of
Skrewy's
a-
not a murderer.
Yeah, no attempted
not-
murder. Which again, we'll call it what it is.
Not murder.
I may be a bit of a bastard in game, a bit of an asshole, but
that's your
I
power
can't.
fantasy.
But you're a golden retriever. We know.
Yeah, we established that.
You're a sweetheart.
Fine.
Kenny. I'm really curious to know if I'm a dog personality or a cat personality, but we can probably move on.
Okay. I would say probably dog personality. You're very sweet.
Thank you. I mean, I take that as a good thing. I hope everyone else
Yeah.
does.
I feel like you're too nice to be a cat personality.
What am I?
A cat.
Yeah.
A cat.
Great. Well,
And
now I'm
then-
allergic to myself and I'm gonna die. Thanks.
Congratulations.
Not to be too on the nose, but you give English Springer Spaniel energy to me.
I don't know what those look like, and that concerns me.
They got curly ears, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I be like a
Super curly
labradoodle?
ears.
They're adorable.
Well,
You can
are
be a
they the
Labradoodle.
actual Labradoodles that are bred for their intended purposes, or the ones that were just kind of bred because everyone was like, "I want a Labradoodle"?
The
'Cause
only
those
one
have
I've
problems.
seen, the only one I've seen
Mhm.
is a very well purebred one with papers and all of that.
Okay, then
So
if you want the purebred Labradoodle, you can be a purebred Labradoodle, I guess.
no, I'd definitely be a weird mutt creature because
Whoa.
I
So-
don't have a drop of blue blood in me. But anyway,
So now we've discussed our personas for so long.
Can't wait for season 10.
Oh,
Oh,
great! Now I
no.
gotta get art of myself as a what do you call it? As my personality as a golden retriever.
Now, I
furry.
gotta ask Foaly, what pet do you prefer, cats or dogs?
I like them both.
Okay.
Which one
Seriously,
you prefer?
Yeah, do you have one
couldn't-
that's like you would prefer over the other for living with?
I would have said dog, but possibly a cat.
It's okay.
So your theory might actually hold. I'm gonna have to think about that one because there are advantages and disadvantages. I can't commit. That's why I have neither because I have commitment issues. But anyway,
I live in an apartment. That's why I don't have a dog.
No, we're
But,
waiting. That's why we don't have a dog.
It's so
We're-
long.
We're just waiting for the people to come back to us and be like, okay, we got your puppy ready.
oh, cute.
Takes so long. I want it now.
Well, God, I hate introducing lines that have to do with my character. But Curler goes to speak with Zell to let
Yeah.
them know that Marla is concerned about him, I should say, and just to check in with him about what his plans are for his family and what his concerns might be about the Merry Valley after he is gone. I
It's
know.
so fucked.
I know.
Zell's like reasoning with all that. I was like, what a terrible father.
Yeah, right?
Just explaining everything in text.
Oh my god, it was the worst. I was
By
just
the
like,
time you read this letter, I'll be gone.
I was like, God damn it, this bitch was a better father to Soul than any of his kids.
Like, oh no, don't worry. I wrote up an email. It's logged in to send like 2 days after I'm dead.
Yeah,
Fine.
they'll be fine. They'll know what happened. It'll be fine.
They're gonna protect the Merry Valley.
Yeah. Just look
But
after the halflings. That's all I ask.
I got some bad news.
Yeah.
I mean,
I did.
Yeah. They'll take care of my parrot after I'm gone, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I have a place for them
Oh
to
my
stay.
god, birds are so sensitive to like their mates dying.
Yeah.
Oh.
Ooh.
I did like the fact that Zell expressed that they were ready to die. That's kind of an important attitude for Curler to hear at this point. They kind of got that from Jiro prior to everything with their sister, but now that the stuff has gone down with their sister and hearing that again, it helps them get that more balanced view of life and death and their responsibilities as a healer and letting death be a natural part of life.
I just get that like sinking feeling in my stomach when I hear that line for that, because like, oh, you're not doing well right now, are you?
Oh,
Sure.
Curler's a healer, not a psychiatrist. I wouldn't necessarily pick up on the subtext there.
You know.
Anyway. Sorry, go ahead.
It's just that like that almost droning feeling. It's like, yes, all right, this is like the end. All right, yep. I'll go through the motions until that point. all I
Everything's
can think of.
fine. It's fine. We're fine.
Everything is all.
So he's stuck in the depression stage of the 5 stages of grief. Shit, if he's around, if we're around him when he gets to anger, we're in real trouble. Let's hope he skips that stage, or that he's already done that stage.
I think he's already hit acceptance.
Hope so.
Yeah. He's I think he's a pretty wise character. I think he kind of understands what's up. I wouldn't be too worried about him.
I mean, he's gonna be dead soon, so fuck it.
Yeah.
Can't worry
Right?
about a dead guy.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
the
fuck
small
it.
you have to worry about.
You who love all of the NP, well, not all of them, but most of them, Keni, and who view them as real people, saying that about Zell.
Well, I mean, I've also had years to accept that he's dead.
Fair enough. Fair
So,
enough.
yeah, you've known this shit for so long.
I've known that Zell was gonna die at some point, and like,
Or- Okay.
I knew he was going to die at some point based on Snake Eyes. And that was terrible then. I was really afraid that it was Soul's fault. I'm glad it's not Soul's fault. But all in all, like, I've had like 2 years or 1.5 years. I don't know how long it's been since we started Snake Eyes. It's been a hot minute. I'm going to say 2 years since we started Snake Eyes, and I learned about that. So I've already hit like acceptance like a year ago and just been like, all right, it's going to happen at some point. It might not happen on screen, but it will happen at some point, and that's just how it is.
That makes sense, that you would have hit that acceptance long ago. So thank you for explaining that.
I am around Xeno a lot, and he handles death a lot differently than I normally do, and I think sometimes I take pages out of his books. Mr. jokes about grandparents being dead all the time.
Yeah. That's true. Do be dead.
Yeah, he deals with it that way, and sometimes I feel like humor is just easier to accept things.
Which, yeah, perfectly valid. And a nice perspective to hear. It's useful that everyone in and out of character has their different perspectives, and I wonder how much time we'll have in character to deal with Zell's death before shit really hits the fan. My guess is probably not too much, but it will be a sad moment, I think, even if it's a brief moment of sadness, because we're too busy saving the damn world. But we have that conversation, and it is sort of finished by a horn sounding, which takes us to the break, and then part 2 for the horn signals
The
what
pie
everyone has been
eating
waiting
contest.
for. Yes.
Which I was expecting rounds of rolling, so I was a little
Yeah,
sad that it
little
was only
bit.
one roll.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh, if this is multiple pies, then this is multiple rounds technically. So I
Okay.
was a little disappointed that we didn't get more than one roll to determine how fucking awesome
Yeah.
I was.
I'm
Who has the-
sorry.
I was definitely going to use a fate point for every single low roll.
If I'm honest, I thought the horn meant something was attacking. I knew
I
it
did
was
too, for a minute.
I'm like, oh no. The
Nah,
the Deadlands are here. Oh no.
Oh, that
It
moved
just-
really fast.
It was buffering.
It's just like,
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I thought at first. I'm like, no, it's pie. Beardy wouldn't do that to us.
No,
Probably right.
I did love how Levette and Moira, still stoned out of their gourds, were approaching the pie eating contest, and they were just enjoying sampling them all and not really getting the whole point of it. Was delightful. And I loved the line, "A bags of holding made from halfling stomachs."
That's a good line.
That was
Truly.
a great line.
Had some very good lines
Beautiful.
last night.
And like I said, I'm glad that no one in the party won that, because I feel like that'd be impossible to.
Beat a
Eat more than-
halfling at eating.
Beat Yeah.
Eat
What
a
they're really good at.
It's true.
Eating and tossing.
Yep. Yep. Halflings are great at eating out.
Too far.
Not too far.
Definitely too
I
far.
think just right. I think it was just far enough.
Disgusting. Absolutely atrocious.
I think it was just far enough.
Ew.
Earning our 18 plus rating today, but
Mm-hmm.
we move from there to the cake and the song for Mrs. Wimblepot, which was lovely, and I loved that it was a cake full of all sorts of different cakes for everyone to try. Yay.
Oh, right. I almost forgot. With Vera being drunk, I was able to use her alternate name, Miss Dribble Snatch.
It's true.
You finally got to work that into canon.
Been like a month in the making.
I'd be very happy with yourself.
I do feel good. Thank you.
Oh my goodness. Well, there was a nice little moment of celebration of Mrs. Wimblepot, and the party kind of begins to wrap up after that. Everyone goes their separate ways, and then Levette has some unfinished business to attend to before we get going.
Yeah. Which was involving asking Kurla about talking to those souls of the dead and Maybe one of them are damned. One of them's definitely fucking dead. They're dead. They're like, they're super dead. That's like deader than dead. Fucking awful.
Yeah.
But-
Shredded.
But anyways, Levette asks Kurla to talk to Moira and Seamus. Seamus, not Shamish.
Yep, different characters.
Yep. It's just,
Yep.
of course she would. Of course she would
And we
have
got-
a name that similar.
We got confirmation on what was kind of already known out of character and definitely suspected and feared in character by Levette, that Moira's soul is completely shredded beyond any hope of contact or repair or resurrection. That's
I so
Just
wanted
done.
you guys to still attempt to try to talk to her, because I knew what Beardy was planning for it.
Mm.
Would you mind going over how that would have come back message-wise, Beardy? If you remember.
I don't. Refresh
Oh.
my mind.
So-
How
How you told me is that a voice would kind of come back, like, not exactly crackled, but like you would only get little bits, like it's a receiver that's broken almost.
hmm
Every
That's how you
12th
described
word.
it, yeah, to me.
Yeah. Okay. That tracks.
So I really wanted that to happen, but that was me.
Well, I like that Levette got that little bit of closure, even if it wasn't the news that they wanted to hear. I love the way that Graham played that moment, and I also love that they were able to contact Seamus by hopping over to the Steam Isles.
And now we know what death is like if you worship Shamish.
If you worship capitalism,
Just hell.
Mhm.
Does he own one of the 9 hells? It sounds
Yeah, it
like
definitely
one
doesn't
of them.
seem great, does it?
No.
I mean, is it like that old joke about, it being hell for anyone else, or the group of whatever are in hell, but it's heaven for everyone else? Is it the reverse of that? Would that be hell for another race if they had been particularly bad, they would get sent to everyone else's heaven, or doesn't
Maybe.
work that way? Oh, maybe. Okay.
I don't
Maybe.
think it would be race restricted though.
Hmm.
It would just be whoever worships. It just
Good point.
happens that most of the gnomes worship him.
It's bad druids go there for hell.
We
It
have
was-
to work.
What? Maybe halflings.
Yeah, I was just
Halflings
thinking
in Mary Valley
halflings.
have to go there.
We have to work. What about sleeping all day? There is no
And
sleeping.
eating. Ooh,
That cuts into your profit margins.
Mhm,
you
mhm.
have a 15-minute
I
food
don't want
break, and that's
profit
it.
margins. I don't even know what that is. Yeah, you're gonna get demoted for that, which means
Your
more
quarterly
work.
report's gonna look really bad.
Ooh.
Well, do we at least get like
Ugh.
good portion food? Oh, there's some like chips in the vending machine.
Yeah,
You
but
still have to pay for them though.
yeah,
And they're not even on-brand chips; they're off-brand chips.
Oh, they're all
They're the-
generic. Yeah.
They're the Costco chips.
hmm because these are cheaper. Why would you spend more money on them?
But they are 3 times more expensive in the vending machine.
Well, yeah, because I mean, the person
It's
running
gotta
the
go
vending
somewhere.
machine has to make a profit.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh dear, oh dear.
The goal is to become the person who owns the vending machine.
And if you work hard enough, you might be able to own a vending machine someday. So
Of
get
your
to
own.
it.
And then that
Yeah.
means your work gets easier to maintain because then you can work on other things while still making other money.
That's called passive income.
And when you own the vending machine, you don't have to pay full price. You can pay wholesale prices for your own food out of the vending machine.
Mhm.
Imagine that as a privilege.
You
So
can
you
just
gotta-
open
you gotta-
it.
You gotta have that grind set, guys. Come on.
Mhm.
Disgusting.
I'll say as a player, it was quite nice to get to visit the Steam Isles because obviously all of you did in season 1, but it's not a location I'd ever got to visit as a player. So that was
It's
if
not
it was for-
great.
What was the,
Yeah.
what was the beginning description again?
It looked
Was it
weird,
different?
right?
Because I missed the first portion.
That it was just kind of, even though it was like nice, like midday where you just were where you went, it felt like it was suddenly evening because so much of the light was getting diffused to the sky because it was so, like the sky was filled with so much greasy smoke that it diffused the light out and kind of turned like a quarter of the sky into sort of this red haze instead of being able to see the sun. And
Is
it gave
that
it kind of an evening quality.
worse than when we visited last?
No, it's about the same.
It's about the same. Okay.
It's
Really
it's such
rebuilt.
a stark contrast from the Merry Valley, and they haven't rebuilt. It's a piece of shit.
Oh.
I was half expecting to run into a bunch of mimics, although who's to say that we wouldn't have if the coppers had got any closer to us?
Yeah, I mean, who's to say that you didn't run into a bunch of mimics?
Mm.
I was kind of hoping we'd be able to punch up a few guards.
Yeah, kick the shit out of some gnomish cops.
They had it coming. ACAB.
Drunk Riz fighting, I was excited for, because that would have been destructive as fuck.
Everybody was drunk, Riz fighting.
Because they wouldn't have held back, like, with normal people. They'd be just like, you're all dead.
Jesus Christ. Oh my
What
god.
the fuck, Riz?
What? It's just
Hey.
blasted.
Well, there is a lovely moment, more closure for Levette, hopefully, getting a chance to chat with their father and find that their father didn't blame them for anything. Or rather, that their father at least didn't blame them for the death, but perhaps wanted them to be even more successful in business and nose to the grindstone and all of that.
Yeah.
The going out
Dad,
of
I don't
phase,
worship
so you could
the
actually
same God as you, okay?
the going out of phase with the little oscillating generator, I thought was a lovely touch, and
It
I'm
was very
glad
cute.
that worked. So, yeah, all of the characters have got some closure at this point. We managed to get out of there just before the Poe arrived to tell us off for conducting a séance in the middle of a busy street. They objected to that for some reason. So we returned to the Merry Valley, and
We were disturbing the peace.
we were disturbing the peace, it's true.
I was ready to disturb the peace.
Oh,
Fuck peace.
yeah.
And then I don't remember which character was it. Who was it who asked Zell about Mark II? Which character was it who asked
It
Zell
was
about
either
Mark II? Was it?
Petravian or Levat. I can't remember.
Petravian.
Okay.
Yep.
I know this because Skrewy asked at 2 different points of the episode where Mark II was.
He's off imitating a dead friend of Zell's, and Zell's was not. Zell was didn't sound
Too
too
pleased.
pleased about that.
Never has been, guys.
No.
Never will be.
No. Well, certainly never will be. Doesn't have much longer to be.
It's true.
At least he's
If Zell wasn't a dragon, Vera probably would have asked, like, had her scythe out and said, I can fix it. Because that's what she did last time.
Mm-hmm. It is in fact an option. It is in fact an option.
Top 5 options, in fact.
Well, after this, there's some more conversation with Levette and their creations, and a lovely moment came out of that because Levette obviously now still grieving the original Moira, especially knowing now that there really is no hope of any sort of peace for Moira's soul or hope for resurrection of any of that, and Moira 2 was not really having any of it. In terms of being conflated with Moira 1. Do you want to speak to that, Beardy?
Sure. I think at that point, Moira was just like, hey, like, my sole reason to exist is to make sure that you're happy and okay. And acting like this is not going to get you there. Like, being this upset about something that you have no control over is illogical and it's not going to get better. So you need to knock this shit off. So, just that's all.
And it's nothing that they haven't really said before, but they said it in firmer terms this time. And then there was the implication that they had more intimate moments.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that's true.
And then, so meanwhile, and this is as we're all back in the Vardo, Vera and Petravian have their second conversation with Vera now sobered up thanks to a well-placed. Or was that prior? At this point, anyway, thanks to
Mhm.
healing hands. Pardon me?
It was the Mercy, if I recall.
Yes.
Yes, it was
Yes.
to get Vera to be able to be sober enough to join us to go to
Yes.
the Steam Isle.
Yes.
And yeah,
Yeah, we had the conversation. It was pretty much the same kind of stuff as before, except for Vera was actually like cognizant in it actually this time.
Would be able to
present
remember
in the
it afterwards.
situation.
Exactly. And yeah, basically, as it says in here, we were talking about how we both need to be better, basically.
Mhm. We both thought the other person did nothing wrong, and we both thought we can't convince the other person that they are not at fault. So we're just gonna work on ourselves and try and be better in our own minds for the other person. Which I think is I don't know if that's 100% healthy, but I feel that's healthy. You want in any relationship, both parties should want to do the best they can for the other.
In this case, I feel like it's probably unhealthy on Vera's side. And
Okay.
that she's diminishing more of her social boundaries. Because once again, she's just affirming she needs to be better. That she's continuously putting people like the hive before her own comfort. But that's also just what Vera's neuroses are doing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious if you think, and obviously it's not going to happen within the scope of the rest of the campaign, but if you foresee any possible future in which Vera does strike a better balance between their own self-interest and the interest of the hive, or whether it's always going to be unbalanced and detrimental for Vera.
I mean, for the foreseeable future, I feel like it's always going to be unbalanced in that Vera will always treat themselves more as this utility to help her family rather than her own self. Like she would literally die to save one person in the hive because that's what she thinks that she should do. But as it goes on, who knows? Eventually, she's most likely going to be in stasis, I'm thinking. Potentially, but I don't know. Who knows?
Well, y'all have that conversation. It seems to put you in a better place with each other, even if it's not necessarily healthy for one or even both of you. We pass the night. Jiro has made tea for everyone and gets to cuddle up with Riz. And the next morning, was there a reaction there, Kenny? Oh, I'm so sorry. So the next morning, we head off to the tower to speak with Azel and kind of enter the end game. I think that's fair to say, Beardy?
Yeah, I think that's fair to say, yeah. We're getting right to the end.
Mm-hmm.
We get to fly on Zell, which kicks ass.
Yay!
That was amazing. I loved that. Just yay. Yay!
It's a Falcor. It's a
It
never-ending
was.
story scene.
That was what entered my head. Yes, I'm glad you were there as well, Skrewy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah! Okay.
I was really happy to have them go to the estate so the kids could be all over him.
Mm-hmm.
Because just
That
like
was
their
so
parent,
cute.
they love dragons.
So cute. Oh,
Hey.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I just really enjoyed the estate scene, so I'm happy to go to the next questions and stuff.
Okay. Well, we pick up the Black Sapphire, which Curler lets folks know they have no idea how to use it yet, which doesn't land well with Levette, but the suggestion is made that they get in touch with Valuna to try and find out, which is a great suggestion. And we'll see how that plays out. It'll be a brief moment if they can even get in touch with Valuna, but at the same time, perhaps by the time they reach the Deadlands, it will have occurred to them. Out of character, at least. Well, we'll see what happens. We need to stop cussing in front of the kids, but I guess we're not going to get another opportunity, so
You can try to stop
shame
me.
on Petravian.
I don't
Eh.
think you guys are going to be allowed at the estate after this.
I was invited.
I meant the party, like, you know,
Yeah,
As a whole.
Travian, Levette, Vera. I don't think they get to come back.
Bad influence on the children.
Well, it's not just the cussing, though. It's also what Petravian kind of let slip regarding
Yeah, about
their
soul.
birth parent.
Mm-hmm.
Whoops.
What made you say that, Skrewy?
because he cares for Karis.
But
and...
what information does Petravian have that that's even possible?
I'm trying to think of a specific thing, but I can't. But it doesn't. It doesn't come to mind at the moment. Oh, because they've contacted me before.
But that doesn't mean they can come back.
No, I said contact. Contact. What's the contact soul?
Yes, but what? But
Like-
you understand there's a difference between being able to talk to someone and being able to visit someone.
Oh, I thought they may be able to pull them out of there. At least in Petra's head, it would be that they'd figure something
They're a
out.
broken person. They are so fucking weak compared to the rest of the 8 right now.
Oh.
You know,
So it's
remember
not-
when they were like, "Hey guys, would you mind like starting a religion for me so I can heal and not feel pain every second of my life?"
Okay. To be fair, Petravian in
Did
Petravian's
Nothing.
mind, in
I did something.
Petravian's mind,
I know Vera did
thought-
something.
in Petravian's mind, he thought that they could do something.
So it wasn't so much that Petravian was basing that on any knowledge that it was possible or not possible. It was Petravian speaking from hope, and now,
Mhm.
unfortunately, giving the kids some false hope potentially that Karis is going to have to dispel.
And also
Yep.
kind of like a bit of sadness where they're like, "Well, if they could have come, like we're here. Why wouldn't they have visited?"
Yeah, why haven't we seen them ever?
On
Why
a
haven't they
related
visited
note,
us? Do they hate us? Why do they hate us? Mom, why do they hate us? Why did we
they
do
said
wrong?
they loved us when we were inside them.
Did we do something bad? Is this
Or-
because we swore?
Yes.
that does lead to an interesting point, though, because as Petravian, beg your pardon, as Skrewy has pointed out, Sol has been able to contact folks. So I'm curious to know whether Sol has ever tried contacting the kids.
I think they talk to Karis from time to
Okay.
time. I think there are some things that make it harder for them to talk to the kids that I can't go into.
Fair enough. I thought that might be treading into secret, spoilery territory, or just secret territory, unrevealed territory.
Classified information territory.
Yes. But on that note, having picked up the black sapphire that we will need, we get back on Zell. Yay, because dragon, and yay, riding big friendly creatures.
Didn't have to waste a teleport spell. Amazing.
Lovely. And being able to kind of survey it from the air, we might be able to find the epicenter more easily. I thought we were going to have to do some spells for that, or consult a map or something. But yeah, we get to the brink and cross over into the Deadlands, where the music changes to one we haven't heard in a while, as you pointed out last night, Beardy, and everything goes very grey and colourless and nasty, and oh shit, it's on now.
We're at
Pretty much.
the end.
Yeah, we're getting there. It is
And-
nearly there.
And I believe this happened on camera and not off.
We
That
leveled up.
last, Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That is all Beardy said, though, was that we
Mhm.
leveled up.
Yep.
So no revelations yet about what that will entail for the characters.
Mhm.
No, any new abilities or new skills or anything of that nature will be revealed in the episodes coming up.
Yeah. So I'm thinking 2-3 sessions left in the season.
That seems about right to me. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm honestly hoping for 3 because I don't want to let go. I feel very invested in this story and I want it to continue, but I know it can't because stories have to end.
I mean, the story of our characters doesn't stop.
Hmm.
unless
We just stopped
die.
playing them.
Yeah.
Yeah, they become NPCs.
They're out in
Which
the
is-
world
which-
living their own lives where we can't ruin them.
Right?
Isn't
Exactly.
So
that
true,
the
but yet-
dream?
So true, but yet so painful.
Like
But
we're,
see, what's
we're
great
the
is-
reason they're going through bad things.
What's also Beardy knows us well enough to, if the need arises for information about the character to be included in future stories, I think he knows us well enough to know how our characters would act.
Oh yeah.
Lovely.
And I also would think that you would ask for a certain amount of input to that, just
Absolutely.
as you have with sort of the Mark II and
Mhm.
Skrewy picking up on that. So, yeah, we trust our. I almost said Daddy DM, but that just doesn't sound right coming from me.
I trust my daddy DM.
I trust
trust
my
our
daddy
DM.
DM.
Thanks.
I can't say it. I'm sorry.
Screw you have to do it now. Peer pressure, peer pressure.
Thank you, DM Daddy.
I can't do it. I'm sorry. Y'all are welcome to do it, and I'm glad that you dig it, and that works perfectly.
It
I'm gonna.
started from the very beginning, so I can't stop.
It's
If we
ridiculous.
have 2 or 3 more sessions, possibly by the final checkpoint, I'll be able to get there. I will try.
Well, we'll have the finale checkpoint, which will be for the episode that happens, and then probably a little bit later, after we comply. That's not the word. After we gather questions from the fans and from ourselves, we're gonna have a final checkpoint for campaign 1, including season 1 and season 2, and we'll go over everything we want to. Which doesn't have to be like the whole season, but more about like things that might have gotten left behind, questions we have for Beardy that we haven't been able to ask before, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So
a final like
wrap up.
GM
Postmortem.
screen down, like all notes on the table kind of session.
So if any of our fans have questions, please submit them either to the Twitter or in the Discord, because I will be compiling them to ask during that checkpoint specifically. But we are done for the day, so we will be heading out. We hope you roll with us again soon, and we will see you next week on Saturday for another episode of Check Please. Until next time, everyone. Goodbye.
Take care.
Oh, for